Welcome back. Sorry, no time for pleasantries. We've got a situation on our hands. This child monkey is trapped on a power line. Dad's freaking out. He's like, I never should have dared him to jump over there. I thought it would be funny. Turns out it's negligent parenting. Here comes Mum. She's like, you can't be trusted. Look what you've done. I leave you alone for 5 minutes and now our child's stuck. She tries to jump over and grab him and says, oh, bugger that. It's too scary. No. I can do it. Oh, here we go. Can Mum get it? Yeah, Mum's got him. All right. Woo! Good stuff. Welcome to Animals Being Heroes, everyone. Here's a hero in a half-shell helping out his mate. Apparently, if a turtle or tortoise falls on their back, they could end up dying, so this is a life-saving act. Oh, thunk, there we go. An outstanding display of turtle or tortoise power. Oh, look, it's a sad woman, but the doggo isn't having any of it. He's like, hey, oi, nah, hey, oi, hey, nah, oi, hey, nah, oi, don't be sad, come and cheer up. Yeah, there you go, there you are. Aussie Man Reviews does not advocate the purchase of a dog in place of therapy. Or do I? Oh fuck, this bloke is having a drown. Is this a first for me? Am I about to review a bloke drowning? I don't know how I feel about that. Oh no, an elephant is stepping up to save the day. He's like, I didn't escape the circus to see humans drown in my local river. Maybe I should be bitter and hate all humans, but I don't. It's not you who kidnapped me and took me to the circus when I was a baby. There you go, grab my trunk. I'll take you to dry land. Someone give this elephant an honorary membership to the Bondi Rescue Team. Animals and heroism can be traced back as far as 1996. This little boy fell into a gorilla enclosure and Binti the gorilla took good care of him. You know, just held him and then bloody petted him for a little bit and gave him back to the zookeepers. No one had to get shot. Whereas Harambe, well, we know what happened. He was seen as a villain. I think about this incident weekly or bi-weekly, and I reckon that everything that's gone wrong with the world started from this moment. Bushfires, pandemics, the ending of Game of Thrones, it all started after this. Think about it. Sorry, back to the happy videos. K9 hero alert. Here's a doggo pushing a bloke in a wheelchair. What a fair dinkum good boy. There's a reason why doggos are called man's best friend. Here it is. This black swan is sharing the love and feeding the fishes. I want to call the swan a hero, but I think it might be doing this for the TikTok clout. It keeps talking about the good act it's doing. It's like hashtag hero swan, spread it, spread the video, hashtag hero swan, yeah. Here's a little doggo crossing the snowy road. It's very cute. Where are its parents? Oh no, there's a car, it's going into reverse. Oh fuck! Oh, that was a very intense few seconds. My butthole puckered up in this video. Buffalo saves turtle. I wonder what happens in this one. Yeah, the buffalo's trying to flip over the turtle or tortoise. Is it the same dickhead as last time? How do these turtles or tortoises keep managing to fall on their back? That's what I want to know. Oh, he's bloody done it. Look at his face, he's chuffed. There's the cheer squad. This buffalo is a textbook hero. Overall, not all heroes wear capes. Some have tails. Some have big-ass trunks. Lots of them are dogs. Funnily enough, there's just lots of hero dogs. But yeah, we're lucky to have all these animals. Fuck yes, hero animals. Fuck yes. Thanks again for watching, people of Earth. Please do whack the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. And if you have a video you want to send me, you can do it via aussieman.com.
And there we have it, folks. I guess that killing Harambe caused the pandemic.
I think we need a giant round of applause as well for those hero animals.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
Here saving the day.
Here. That was a fun Aussie man. Good evening, everyone. I hope people are hearing this. Welcome to the Something for Nothing show. My name is Arderwen. And with me today is, more often, Mr. Cheesy. How are you doing, sir?
Hello. I am doing absolutely tip-top fantastic. I'm feeling much safer now. I know there are hero animals in the world, and I've just noticed Demon Orb in the side chat as well.
Oh, Mr. Demon Orb, how nice of you to join us. How are you doing, sir? Yeah. Sorry for last week, guys. I was so sick, I couldn't even sit up straight. I was doing better exactly last week on Wednesday, but I was still coughing my lungs out. But no, the start of that week, I could hardly sit up straight. I was like, oh my fucking god, I think I'm gonna die. It might have been COVID, but I felt too sick to even do a self-test.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't. But well, I managed to survive, and here we are.
Although in the olden days, and by the olden days I mean pre-COVID, if you did feel ill, you used to just go to bed and not worry about things. But now you have to worry. You have to think, well, could this be COVID? Is it the symptoms? Do I have to get a self-test? Do I have to tell anyone?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's
you used to feel like crap. You'd tell people you're feeling like crap, you go to bed and that would be it. And now you've got to think, well, self-test, then who have I been in contact with?
Yeah.
Good grief. So much more complicated.
Yeah, where did I get it?
Then I don't know about you, but if I start feeling ill, then I start spreading hate towards people I've been in contact with in the past 24 hours, subtly asking if they feel okay.
You made me feel a bit sick. Did you feel alright? Did you feel alright when I was visiting you? You know, you had a bit of a raspy voice. I seem to remember. I mean, yeah, no. No, I went to a concert on the Friday before, so there we go. That was probably it. But well, what can you do?
What type of concert was it?
It was a psychobilly concert.
That's a Google thing for me, I think.
Psychobilly is like rockabilly, but a bit rougher and faster. Rockabilly is like with the big bass and yeah.
So it's a type of music instead of a band.
Yes.
Ah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I am on the Googles.
Yeah, rockabilly you probably saw before, you know, with the big frohawk and the big bass and then like more classic style microphones. You probably saw, even if you didn't go to a concert, you probably saw it before somewhere. And psychobilly is that, but faster and rougher, and is usually more about death and the macabre. Usually.
Oh my goodness. Okay, psychobilly is a rock music fusion genre that mixes elements of rockabilly and punk rock.
Yes.
It's been defined as a loud, frantic rockabilly music. Nice. And then derivatives, or derivative forms of this music, gothabilly.
Yes.
Or horror punk.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. We always used to go to, because here in town it was a bit, there was a little bit of a scene, and of course because of the punk elements, it kind of blended over with the punk with the punk scene in town, and kind of blended over with the ska scene in town, and yeah, a halfway in his 20s, early 20s, Ardoin was stomping around in the punk and psychobilly scene during those days, and this was a little bit of a reunion, because about around the time that I kind of quit going, because I would because well, it you know, things became more expensive and income didn't join it, so I stopped going, kind of. And around that time, that is also when the scene kind of bled dry a little bit. Probably because of the same reason. Because, come on, most punkers are poor bastards anyway. And, yeah, every once in a while, evenings like that pop up again, and it's kind of like a reunion. Like, you see increasingly faces that get increasingly older, and you're like, hey, how you doing? Like, we the funny thing is, most of those people, we only know each other's face. You know, it's that one guy and that one girl, you know.
Oh man, I guess that would be if I went back to some of the bars that, if any of the bars that I kind of grew up in, if they had a reunion, it'd be the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were a little bit more...
People I didn't know, but
yeah,
I'd seen them.
Yeah. And we were a little bit more recognizable, because, you know, we were a gang with wheelchair people and whatever the fuck I was back then.
Nice.
I mean, I wasn't in a wheelchair, but if you saw me walking, you'd know I was a part of that group. So yeah, that's yeah, good times. And it was like a nice local band that was playing. They had their first concerts in also a couple of years, so they were a little bit rusty and stuff like that. But it was a good night.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then I got sick. First the day after I had a massive hangover. The day after that I was feeling good, and the day after that I was sick. So that so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get excited about nights out anymore because I get hangovers far too often these days.
It's only because when I just drink the normal beer though. I also like to go on beer festivals, and I drink about the same amount at beer festivals. But I guess the beer is I guess there are less chemicals in those beers or something like that. Because I have far less intense hangovers.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for proper drink.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was planning on doing actually no real shenanigans, but instead just rolling into the movie. And after that, we'll have a little bit of an announcement to make, I guess.
Cool. And
Yeah.
what have we got in store with this movie? Just so I'm set. What have we got in store for the rest of this week?
Okay. Well, I know the amazing Colossal Man is seems like an intense monster movie, but I guess it's more of a love story. Of a crazy ex that doesn't want to leave this poor man alone.
Oh dear.
So that is the basis of the story. There is this guy that becomes a colossal man, and his girlfriend just doesn't want to leave him wallowing in sorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, let's just kick off the movie.
Awesome. Let's do it.
There we go. Always the useless long setup towards.
The time is 2:45 a.m. 2 hours and 15 minutes before time zero. At time zero, a new type of atomic explosion, a plutonium bomb, will be detonated at Desert Rock, Nevada. These soldiers are to experience the plutonium explosion under simulated combat conditions.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, let's do a plutonium explosion and let's put some soldiers in the blast range. That sounds like a great idea. You can already tell what kind of movie it's gonna be if the setup is gonna be like just music and a road going. It's like
What?
Attention! Attention! All personnel! The time is 0 minus 30 seconds.
I wonder which one of these soldiers is gonna be the one that
The
that's gonna be a major character in the movie.
I repeat, the plutonium explosion will take place at time
It's probably the one in the back.
10, 9, 8,
Oh, the drama.
7, 6,
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Wap, 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 wap.
Do not leave your positions. I repeat, do not leave your positions. The plutonium bomb has been triggered and can explode at any moment. The chain reaction did not complete its cycle as calculated. Keep your dark glasses on and stay where you are. I see. Right.
How does it look, Colonel?
Wait,
It's
he
stuck
was
there for days.
I'm not sure.
How could a thing like this happen? They've set off lots of these bombs before.
Not a plutonium bomb, they haven't. This is the first one.
Sir, can't we leave? Can't we get out of here?
No, Sergeant. You've got to wait until the chain reaction dampens or reaches a point of explosion. It could go off in a second, a minute, 10 minutes, maybe not at all. Just have to wait it out.
Can we smoke, sir?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure,
Sure, go ahead and smoke.
Warning when it goes.
You'd be smoking in a minute when that bomb goes off.
Colonel,
Huh?
listen.
Sounds like a plane.
It's the Russians.
Control. There's a light civilian plane coming in at 190 degrees. Appears to be in trouble.
Because they were of course not patrolling the air where the airspace with
pilot.
radar
Ground to
during
pilot.
a
This is Control.
plutonium
Can you read me?
explosion that I assume is super top secret.
Still coming in. Ground to pilot. You are flying over an atomic detonation area. You are flying over a restricted area. Change your heading 180
I mean, I know it's the 1953, but come on.
Losing altitude fast. He's going down.
I know
what
that
happened
I know that was actually a risk with those planes, but it's still funny to see.
He could be unconscious inside the plane.
Colonel, that bomb could go off any second.
Control, that pilot could be alive. What about the bomb? It's still activated, Colonel. Once the chain reaction has been triggered, there's nothing we can do to stop it. But there's a man in that plane. We're helpless, Colonel.
Well,
Oh no.
yes, I was like, what do you think he's gonna do?
This is General Mullen. I order you to return to your trench.
Oh dear.
It was like he knew what was going to happen.
Wow. Couple of band-aids and some soup, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, he's crispy.
Yeah. I mean, especially on the HD package that we have, you can clearly see every crust.
Glorious 1080p.
Yeah, in our 4K streaming session.
Another unit of blood, please.
Is this the movie now? 4 hours of surgery.
Yes.
Nurse.
I also love that it's they're operating someone who's having burn wounds and they're just walking to an area where everyone can walk through.
Yeah, just wandering around like bacteria and germs aren't a thing.
Got him out yet? They don't hold much hope for
Just
him.
give it a wipe down before you get in there, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Couldn't even find the
And they
plan
also
of the
measure
fire,
their blood vials in units.
You know, I was there covering the test for National News Service. Never seen anything like it. I've seen plenty.
Please,
You a friend of his?
his fiance.
Gosh, I'm sorry. What a fool. Please, can I do something for you? Get you something? How long have you known Colonel Manning?
Is he hitting on her already?
Maybe
Yes.
if you talked about him in a
Well, he's gonna die anyway, probably. So
You said you were there when it happened.
you
Was it
you
conscious?
definitely want to be like the supportive
So
shoulder
much pain.
in the early stage
Call it, it's
before
gotta
the rest swoops in. You know,
I don't think he knew anything when that blast hit him.
you want to get that
they
grieving
had the whole thing
widow
on film.
early.
There were 18 cameras embedded in concrete to shoot every phase of the explosion.
Third-degree burns on almost 100% of the body's surface, and the man still lives. Unbelievable. By all the rules, he should be dead.
We were to be married tonight in Las Vegas. We met in the
Well, there was a bit of a hiccup in the plan.
our cars
That's
locked
that's
bumpers
badly
at a
timed.
busy intersection in Chicago. He was stationed
Darling, I'm going to be blown up by some nuclear energy this afternoon, but I'll make it to the wedding later.
Yeah,
He still ribs me
just
about
get
my
me to
drive.
the church on time.
Colin is such a wonderful man. Doesn't deserve a break like this. Why did this have to happen to him?
Things like this just
Because he
happen.
couldn't follow
There
orders.
doesn't have to be a reason.
Yeah.
He must have protected his eyes with his arm. He apparently covered them when the blast hit. That's one bit of luck.
Are they putting moss on his
Luck?
face?
This man's luck ran out long ago. He'll die of shock before morning, and if that doesn't do it, infection will. I'll be sure he gets penicillin.
Well, with that nurse just wandering around the hospital.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder where that infection comes from. This is a bit of a pickle, right?
What chance do you give to a man who hasn't a square inch of skin left on his body? He's already lost enough body fluid to be fatal.
Or just give him a glass of water. He'll be fine.
Well, we've done all we can do. Now we'll just have to wait.
Highly infectious patient right through the waiting room.
Yep, infection's definitely going to kill him.
Yeah.
This is where flesh-eating bacteria started. It was in the 50s in hospitals.
One of the nurses takes off her mask to cough.
Constant check on his pulse, hour by hour.
Right.
Will he be all right, Doctor?
Are you Carol? Your name was the only word he spoke.
Oh.
Is he?
He's still
Aw.
alive.
Are you
All
Carol?
right.
No.
I don't
Come on,
know.
Doc. Tell the truth.
I wish
He
I
was
could
shouting,
give you
"Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh god!" Oh dear.
Are you Carol? No, Carol was the name of his ex.
There we go. Now we put him in shrink wrap and cling film.
Yes. Now you purify the air. I mean, that's where the equipment is. How else are you gonna do it? Have like mobile equipment or something like that? Sure, Mr. Future Man. Oh, poor guy.
Oh.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, this is not good.
He's got the skin.
He has a huge, mysterious infection.
Scissors, please.
What does she see through the bandages?
Well, we're about to find out. Then we find out he's actually super jacked.
Like Captain America. Oh!
Oh, it's horrible! Oh no! Oh God!
Develop new skin.
Poor man! Oh.
How's it possible?
Yesterday, this was dead tissue. And today, there isn't even a scar.
What do you make of it, Paul?
Olivule twice a day.
When skin is burned to the degree that it was on this man's body, it just doesn't grow back.
So what's the answer?
I don't know.
His skin. It's not burned. Why, he's going to be all right, isn't he?
Well, it's gonna be locked in the laboratory for the rest of his life because this is such a curious case. We can't let him go.
Yeah.
And since you played a
Yeah,
major role in
PTSD
the
every time you
development
turn
of
the kitchen
plutonium
lights on,
bomb,
but yeah, he's going to be fine.
we hope that you may be able to help us to understand or to learn how Colonel Glenn Manning survived the blast.
I brought you the film taken during the explosion, but I don't see what can be learned from it, as far as your patient is concerned. The accident was unfortunate, very unfortunate. What more can be said?
There are two answers that we're looking for. Now, the first is how Glenn Manning was able to survive the explosion.
Chance. It just happened that conditions were such that he was afforded a certain amount of protection.
What explanation would you give for the new skin that has grown on this man in a matter of hours?
What possible connection could there be to the bomb? A man survives an explosion, a plutonium explosion. And then, for some reason or other, his skin heals more rapidly than usual. What is the mystery, gentlemen?
It's plutonium. That's how it goes in the comic books.
If a person's body is burned, he doesn't have much chance for survival. Now, if he should live, the skin that was destroyed does not grow back. It remains dead, scar tissue. When a man suffers over a 95% body burn and less than a day later looks normal, I'd say there was a mystery.
And you feel that the plutonium may have some unknown quality that is responsible?
It's worth every effort to know. Now, I'll admit that you may be right. The plutonium possibly had nothing to do with it. There may be nothing more to this than a freak of nature. But if there is something to it, think of what it'll mean to medical science to have such a regenerative or healing power under its control.
Shall we view the film?
Just start nuking people.
Yeah.
Like many of the atom tests, we built a model town to see how it reacted
Sounds
to the
like a great
explosion.
idea. Everyone heals.
The protected cameras, such as this one, recorded the experiment. Watch this building when the heat of the explosion reaches it. There. Now the force of the blast. Here's another building. First burned, and then disintegrated. There's Manning.
First burned, then oh, wait, what?
This was seconds before the explosion.
Yeah, we already saw that in the movie. Come on, keep up.
The fact that Glenn Manning lived after the blast and that new skin completely replaced the burned dead tissue in a matter of hours leaves only one conclusion. Something
Aliens.
out there is beyond the limits of our knowledge.
Yes. So you investigate it. Can you imagine, like, a caveman? We don't know fireworks beyond the scope of knowledge. What do?
I'm Lieutenant Klein, attached to security at the Nevada testing grounds. May I talk with you for a moment?
Is it usual for gentlemen callers to call at night like this?
No, at least not that I know of. However, as security officer attached to Colonel Manning, I've been sent to tell you, you won't be able to visit the Colonel at the hospital for a while.
But why?
Security reasons, ma'am. I wish I could tell you more, but, well, I really don't know anymore.
I don't understand. What possible reason could there be to keep me from seeing him?
Well, I was with the Colonel at the time of the accident, ma'am. I wish I could help you. I'm only carrying out orders.
Yeah, stay the fuck away, bitch.
I'm sorry, you'll have to wait until security.
No. He's ours now. That's what the government is saying.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
We decided to wake you up this late hour to tell you this urgent information that you can't do anything.
Yeah. The government just...
She's not going to try anyway.
Yeah, of course. The government is telling you, please, for security reasons, madam. He's gone. Of course he's gone.
It's made him invisible.
What do you think? What did you think happened, madam?
Excuse me. Could you tell me where they've taken Colonel Manning?
I'm sorry, miss. I never heard of Colonel Manning.
But you must have heard something about him.
I'm sorry, miss.
Like that shouldn't. Like that's not a hint or something like that, you know.
Excuse me. My name is Carol Forrest. I'm Colonel Glenn Manning's fiance.
Yes?
I was looking for Colonel Manning.
There's no visiting until 2 p.m. in the afternoon, Miss Forrest.
I know that. And I also know that Colonel Manning is no longer in his room on the second floor. Where have they taken him?
There's no Colonel Manning listed here. There's another hospital near Barstow.
Again.
Perhaps you've made a mistake.
I haven't made a mistake.
Again,
I know
take
Colonel
the
Manning
hint,
was
lady.
here, and I insist
The
on being told what
government.
you've done with him. I'd like to speak to the head of the hospital, please.
He'll be back the day after tomorrow, so if you'd care to return.
Wow.
Where can I find Dr. Lindstrom? Don't tell me you've never heard of him.
Listen, this is during the Cold War, right?
Oh, you mean
Can you
Dr.
imagine
Lindstrom?
someone
Boston.
actually acting like that during the Cold
He
War?
was
They
only
they
here for a few
they'll
days.
think she's
Called
like
him on
some
a special
some
case.
Russian sleeper spy
Did he
or
return
something
to
like that,
Rochester?
man.
We wouldn't have that information. Sorry.
Like the government is literally
Yes, sir.
telling you without actually
Yes, sir.
telling you, like, this is top secret, stay away.
I liked it. It was clearly written by a man because the nurse said, there's another hospital nearby. Maybe you're confused.
Well, no, but that was also probably just a hint of saying, like, listen, like... She knew what was going on, but she was told to send people away. So what do? Of course, you just go to the army base. She won't go. She won't get past these guards.
Is this the road to the hospital?
These guards
I've come to see Colonel Glenn Manning. I believe he's a patient here.
Well, there are no
the
patients here,
best
ma'am.
guards
Not
there
since
is.
the war ended.
Because this is the US of A,
Please, I've come
baby.
a long way to see him.
Oh. Just a minute, I'll phone the sergeant.
See?
Broken protocol and revealed that he is actually here.
Yeah, that is one.
The sergeant will see you. Now, you stay on this road about a quarter of a mile and you can't...
Oh,
miss
you're
it.
actually
You'll find the
insisting.
sergeant just
Okay,
inside the main-
fine.
Dr. Lindstrom. Dr. Lindstrom. Report to laboratory.
Can I help you, miss?
I'm looking for an Army officer who I believe was transferred here.
Oh, what's his name, ma'am?
Colonel Glenn Manning.
Colonel Manning. No Colonel Manning here, ma'am.
I see. Thank you, Sergeant. I was told that he might be here. Obviously, the party was mistaken.
Sorry, I couldn't help you, miss. The guard will let you out the gate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
Where's the sergeant gone?
Look, she'll listen to the army. We're the army. People listen to the army, right? So of course he walks away, leaving her alone.
Yeah, because the sound of high heels clattering around wasn't enough to arouse his suspicion.
Because he's working very
Sorry to disturb
silently.
you, Paul, but I thought you ought to see him.
Has he had his intravenous feeding?
Oh, good
Yes.
grief.
How's his respiration?
Rapid.
I can't understand it.
Yes. Don't pay attention to the suspicious shadow in the corner.
Drinks every hour. Never receipt.
It's understandable.
Wish he'd snap out of it. Been unconscious since the accident.
Keep the room temperature at 8.
It's a dark hospital.
With a constant check on his pulse hour by hour.
Right.
You would think they have some kind of lighting system for the evening in the hallways, you know?
Why would you need that? This enables skulking.
Oh.
Huh. So there are only 3 doors in the hospital, and she chose the right one.
Manning's condition, Miss Forrest. Primary being that
So,
Washington
of
uses
course,
fitness orders to keep the ice-
instead of arresting her, taking her
Now,
to
for
a
obvious
black
reasons,
site
they
or
ordered a
something like
security
that.
restriction over the whole affair.
I want to
You're
help.
telling
Is there
her
something
everything.
I can do?
We're doing everything that can be done, Miss Forrest.
What happened? What made him grow?
Glenn Manning is growing from 8 to 10 feet a day. At the moment, he's 18 feet tall. Tomorrow, he'll be 26 feet. The next day, 35, maybe 40. And the next day...
But you've got to stop it.
Miss Forrest, we're trying. Believe me, we're trying. Let me explain it to you. Now, as you probably already know, the body is like a factory. It's continually producing new cells to replace the older cells, damaged cells or destroyed cells. Now, this happens in all the different parts of the body.
Bone cells grow new bone cells. Skin cells grow new skin cells, and so on, throughout the body.
And this is
Now, let me show you.
mansplaining.
This is an example of bone growth. Now, the broken bone shown in this X-ray became the healed bone shown in this X-ray by means of bone cell growth. Now, notice that the new cells join the broken bone together so that you no longer see any break. Now, a
No,
cut,
not with your
say in
technology.
your hand,
Okay.
heals in the same way, with new cells replacing the damaged ones.
It is this delicately balanced process of new cells replacing dying cells or damaged cells that is causing the growth problem with Glenn.
But how can this make his whole body grow?
The process is out of balance. For some unknown reason, new cells are growing at an accelerated or speeded up rate, while at the same time, the old cells are refusing to die. This is what makes Glenn grow. That's what made the new skin.
Then if you can stop this from happening,
We can stop his growth.
and if you can't,
Then Glenn Manning will continue to grow until he dies.
But surely we all grow until we die.
Now, I have to say, for 1953, the effects of the Colossal Man are pretty well
There's no
done.
reason for you to volunteer. You should have waited until you were called.
Honey, I'm in the reserves. They'd have called me eventually anyway.
But it just isn't fair. You were just getting started. You've got your future to think about.
I am thinking about it. Thinking about yours, too. Darling, we're going to get married just as soon as the thing's over. It can't last long. Honey, will you please stop worrying?
When you're safe at home, then I'll stop worrying.
Look at the whole backstory of this dude, man. The whole budget of the movie blows on the airplane scene.
Yeah. You all right, Carter? Yeah, sure. That last one was close.
How are the rest?
Not so good. Lieutenant, look out!
Oh, well, he was kind of a badass. Oh, his body died. Whoa.
Wow. Just shoot for the face.
Yeah. Oh no. And he was in the Marching Band too? Oh, no, that's when he was came home. Okay.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh. Yeah, that's the seating, dude.
We've captured you and brought you to the town of Lilliputian.
Yeah. I have to say, like I said, for 1953, this is actually done. This is actually quite brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly just tiny models, but
How is he going to get out?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the least of your worries. Is what, you've lost your hair.
Well, and I think he's getting a little bit claustrophobic
It's being
too.
flown in from Circus winter quarters in Florida. Should be here any time now.
Well, he's already outgrown his room, you know. Well, as soon as you get the tent up, we'll break out the wall and move him.
Right.
Don't break out the wall.
The reason I sent for you was that Manning regained consciousness during the night. Now, at the moment, he's suffering from the shock of learning about his condition. He won't talk to anyone.
Oh, please, may I see him? I know he'll talk to me.
See him by all means. You know, psychologically, you may do him a lot of good. I want you to move quietly and unemotionally. You know, at his size, he's capable of pulling these walls apart. His height was over 22 feet this morning.
I understand.
She's so calm about it too.
Yeah.
Glenn? Glenn? Won't you talk to me?
Oh, Glenny Poo.
They'll be able to help you. I know they will. The doctors are working night and day to find a cure for you, and they're very hopeful.
Yeah. Well, it would be
for
cool to stop growing, but that he would still be 22 feet. So.
Medicine. What else can I say to help you, Glenn?
What sin
Don't worry, I'm brave enough.
could a man commit in a single lifetime to bring this upon himself?
That seems a little bit harsh.
Well. Swift delivery service. Well, that's easy.
Hey, Bud. What's with this meat order they called in? I thought the Army hauled in its own stuff.
Come on, move on. All food deliveries are made to the stockroom behind the kitchen. You'll find it at the far side of the main building.
25 sides of beef. Who's going to eat it all? They haven't had any patients out here since the war ended. You fellas must eat pretty well.
We'll invite you to dinner so you can help us. Now move this truck out of here.
Are you looking for more information, comrade?
Something's going on out here that's mighty funny.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a
again.
circus every Saturday.
Again, someone is...
Let me in on the big secret. I won't breathe it to a soul.
All right. If I tell you, will you move this truck?
Right.
It's for him.
For who?
The giant.
What giant?
The 30-foot one we got living here.
Sure you have.
Well, on the other hand, it also seems like a great tactic to just tell the truth in this case.
And now to swing away from the seamy side of the news. Many people are asking what happened to Colonel Glenn Manning, the Army officer who was exposed to the rays of the plutonium bomb at Desert Rock, Nevada,
Yes.
a few days ago. Eyewitnesses of the incident
I'm
state
sure
that to all accounts, he
everyone
should have
is
died
wondering
in
what
the
happened to this one
Is he alive
one
or
guy
What's
in
all
that
the
this
mystery
one
for, Washington?
accident
Here in Las
that was
Vegas,
supposed to be restricted.
Nothing yet. Let's give him double the amount.
Let's try it.
I also love it. He's like cuddling and stuff like that. Let's irradiate it with plutonium.
You're not going to heat your mixture up with your Bunsen burner set like that either. You need to turn the air hole. There we go. Irradiate. That's it growing. Rabbit stew for dinner. Oh.
Paul, would you mind if I tried something on my own?
What is it?
I'd like to attempt a practical application of the cellular theory we discussed yesterday.
Fine. By the way, where's Manning?
Out with Carol.
I wonder what would happen if I irradiate just my dick.
He should be confined.
No, for personal reasons. Oh, your wife is still going on about that. We've been married for 40 years. She never shuts up about it.
5 hours.
Is that a graph of his growth on the? Oh, it is. Oh my goodness.
Over 30 feet tall.
You know, it's funny, Carol. I was sitting here like this on the hillside.
Look at this.
Away from people and things.
1953.
It's very funny. It reminds me of that picnic that we took once. See, that was... You know, time has lost all perspective. It's been a lifetime since that explosion. Everything that happened before seems another world, another life.
That was a wonderful time.
What'd you say, Carol? Before I became a monster? You see, I don't mind a bit.
You shouldn't.
I shouldn't what? Talk about it? Think about it? Do you realize that every breath I take, every movement, everything reminds me of what happened? Even when I try to sleep at night, close my eyes so I won't see people in the world getting smaller every minute. The beating of my heart keeps getting louder and louder, reminding me. I should never have lived through that blast.
You're alive, Glenn, and as long as you are, there's always hope.
Oh.
You know what they wrote about me in the college yearbook? The man most likely to reach the top.
You did?
Be all right, I know it is. The doctors are working
Positive
night and day
thinking.
to find a cure. They feel that if they can stop your growth, they may be able to bring you back to normal.
You don't really believe that. They'll never find a cure for me.
He's a cheery sort, isn't he?
Are you all right? Shall I go for Dr. Lynn?
Oh, he has growing pains, so I wouldn't.
I'm all right. I just don't want to grow anymore. I don't want to grow anymore!
This isn't like Three Wishes.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you could paint him blue and he could be a genie. You could go around pranking people.
If you ever want to make a
not going so
live
well,
action Attack on Titan, you can use him.
Doesn't he have any relatives?
There's no one.
He could be the big fiery Titan at the beginning.
Do you mind if I spoke bluntly? It's no good for you to be here.
Well, who has more right?
Well, in this case, I feel the right can be wrong. At first, I thought it might do him good to have you near. And of course, the government insisted that you stay. However, I'm going to recommend that
As they would.
in your case.
How can you ask me to turn my back on the only person who's ever meant anything to me? Why, I've got to be here to try to help him get well.
Suppose that he doesn't get well. Drive back to the laboratory. There's something I want to show you.
I never want you to see him again. Don't drive me back to the laboratory.
That was clever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's. I mean, it's a boring story and stuff like that, but it's really commendable what they did with the special effects. With the look the tiny book.
I brought your dinner, sir.
It was a bit of a sober meal.
What's new in the paper, Sergeant?
It's about you, sir.
Let's have it.
Oh, that's that's great.
Man lives through plutonium blast. That's a great joke, isn't it, Sergeant? they call this living.
Huh.
I kind of like the depressed giant. The big depressed giants. The sequel to the big friendly giants.
All right, Sergeant. Why don't you ask me what it feels like to be a freak?
Please, sir,
I'll tell you. This is how it feels to be so big you can stick your fist through a circus top. Like a clown. Who else but a clown would have an expandable sarong like this, you know? It's adjustable. I can grow to be 100 feet tall, and I don't need a change of wardrobe. Army ingenuity.
Sir, may I leave?
Why?
Well,
You
you're
want to
gonna
go
have to
back
change
your
your
quarters
underpants
and
at
tell
some
your
point.
friends about the monster? About the circus freak? Well, that's right, Sergeant. I'm a circus freak. Have a tent. We'll travel. Why don't you make me up a sign saying, "See the amazing colossal man"? That was it, wasn't it, Sergeant? You do think I'm a freak, don't you? But you want to know something? With me, it's different. I think you're the freak.
Oh, what?
I think you're the one that's different.
Yes,
I'm not
PD
growing.
human.
You're shrinking.
And I feel that if you understand the circumstances more thoroughly, you will realize why it'll be better for you to leave. Now, this is a step-by-step illustration of Glenn's circulatory system in relationship to his
Here we
growth.
go.
Yeah.
More
Now, this
mansplaining.
illustration represents Glenn shortly after the accident. And this one is of Glenn as of a few hours ago. Now, if you will look closely at each one, you will notice that all the parts are enlarging at the same ratio, except for the heart. Now, here. When it was of normal size, the heart measured approximately the size of the distance from his
Is that
nose
where the heart
to his
is?
chin. However,
Is that where it
at the
is?
size
Totally.
he is now, the heart
Look.
measures the same as the
Just-
distance
just in the throat.
from his lips to his chin. In other words, the heart has increased 1/2 as much as the other parts of the body. Now, remember when I explained the other day why Glenn was growing? I said that all the parts of the body consisted of millions of tiny cells that were rapidly and uncontrollably multiplying.
Yes.
Well, today we've learned that this theory does not apply to Glenn's heart. It is growing, but at a much slower rate. Now, the reason for this is rather technical, Carol, but to give you a simplified layman's explanation, it might be explained that since the heart is made up of a single cell for all practical purposes, instead of millions of cells like the rest of the organs of the body, it's reacting in an entirely different manner to this unknown stimulus or force that's behind this whole thing.
It's all terribly
No
complicated.
wonder he's always complaining about those sharp pains in his chest. What does it mean?
Simply this, Carol. That unless we can find a way to stop Glenn's growth very soon, his heart won't be able to carry the load any longer. And he'll die.
Oh, no!
How soon?
Matter of days.
How will it happen?
His mind will go first. And then his heart will literally explode.
Why is this horrible thing happening? I've searched everywhere for the answer and I can't find it. All night I lie awake thinking, why? Why does it have to happen? Well, you're a doctor, tell me.
I wish I knew.
Because he denied, he disobeyed orders and ran into a field where a plutonium bomb was about to explode. Is that a good answer before we go to a quick break?
I think it's absolutely fair. He still didn't follow orders. That's why.
Yeah. Like there was an experimental plutonium bomb. It's like, don't you haven't you read the Hulk gamma rays shit like that? You know, you never know.
Looking everywhere for the answer. I keep asking why. Why? Just get out before they mansplain you. It's all terribly complicated.
Yes, of course. A woman would never understand. They don't. They think like, oh, the heart. Is it love? Didn't I give him enough love? You know, that's what I think.
Oh, quick hello to Demon Orb and Jin in the side chat as well there.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome, Jin and Demon Orb. Yeah. I figured I needed a little bit of a break, so
cool.
I prepared a little bit for that. And after that, we're gonna see this really weird sort of love story of the creepy ex that keeps coming back.
Superb.
See you guys in a little bit. Bye, man. Bye.
Cigarette. 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 Cigarette.
Quitting sucks. The new Nicorette mini lozenge dissolves up to 3 times faster to make it suck less, helping you quit one cigarette.
Zazu condoms. Fun, sexy, safe.
How big is the flavor of Doritos?
So there we go. We found out the reason why he's got so big. Why he got so big.
Eating Doritos before he jumped out the trench.
He ate a Dorito before he got blasted. Yes. And we saw the true reason why you want to use condoms.
That's a great advert. I love that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Still, a bit of a classic. Yeah. So where were we? We had Cheryl, who doesn't
The
want
giant stalker.
The giant stalker who doesn't want to leave poor Glenn alone, who just wants to grow in peace. And yes, let's see what's going to happen. Maybe will his heart give out first, or will his mind give out first?
Or maybe love will heal his heart.
Or maybe love will heal his heart. Let's see what's going to happen. I love that the other guy is just standing there.
I've got to make my report to Washington. Anything yet?
Nothing conclusive.
Right.
Hello, Colonel. How are you, Doctor?
We don't have time to become discouraged, Eric. We've got to find an answer quickly.
Did you tell Carol?
Yeah. She still won't leave. Well, I can't say that I blame her, but she's got to go. We can't take any more chances. Any change in the new animals?
None. Absolutely no change of any kind. I checked their galvanic reflexes on the hour, every hour. The results are the sum total of absolutely nothing. Paul, I don't think we've got a chance. The theory is just great on paper. It just doesn't stand up under practical application.
You know, Eric, it might be better if we concentrate the experiments with the guinea pigs and the rabbits in the lab. Since time is so important...
Is that a giant camel, or is that just
we have
perspective?
the advantage of their short life cycle.
Well, the small animals can't stand up to the high-frequency stimulation. Let's continue the injections with the small animals and confine the high-frequency experiments to these.
All right. Seems logical.
Everything seems logical. Till you look at our giant.
Oh, she's even sleeping on the base? And they weren't let her wander alone on the base?
The top secret facility.
What'd you expect? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I heard you cry out in pain. I was worried about you. Tomorrow may be an important day, Glenn. Dr. Colt has been experimenting with some animals, a theory of some kind he's been working on. And he said he'll know the
He's
results
doing
by
experiments too.
How tall do you suppose I'll grow before death releases me from this curse? 100 feet?
Another
Maybe
few
1,000?
hours.
Could be a mile. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Can't you imagine that, Carol?
Please, Glenn, don't torture yourself.
I wouldn't actually have to worry too much about breathing till I got about 3 miles up. The oxygen starts to thin up there.
Glenn.
I'm a lost cause, Carol. They're not going to find the answer tomorrow or any tomorrow. You just picked the wrong number. Go on, pick up your chips. Go on home.
Do you think I could leave you alone at a time like this?
You never did know when to quit, did you? Can you take a hint? I want you to get out and leave me alone. I don't want you around, do you hear?
Say whatever you wish to me, Glenn, but please, please hold on until they try everything possible. There must be a cure for it. There must be.
Suppose it stopped. So what? I stopped growing. What then? Can't you imagine what a wonderful life we'd have together?
Don't worry, I'm brave enough.
What is it, Glenn?
But it can't be your heart because he's not grabbing onto his throat.
Yes! Get out! Leave me alone!
Exactly.
I think he was an asshole before he was a child.
Manning's disappeared, Eric. We can't find him anywhere on the grounds.
Oh no!
But you've got to find him.
Well, Colonel Halleck,
What
security
kind of
officer
base
for the
is
area,
this?
is out canvassing the desert with his men.
There ain't no one stationed at the tent.
Well, they won't go far. Paul, I've got the answer. I've got the answer.
Is it necessary to show us every single minutiae of this? Could he not just had a poster or something?
The answer is in the bone marrow. The bone marrow. We were so close we couldn't see it.
Yeah. Dr. Lang's work on radiation exposure. Sulfahydryl. Inject sulfahydryl compounds into the bone marrow.
Exactly. The thing that fooled us was we were looking for some unknown quantity in the plutonium radiation, while all the time it was acting to a degree the same as a hydrogen exposure. The secret was in the degree of the exposure.
Well, then injections of the sulfahydryl compound should correct the body's regenerative balance. Well, I can see where this would stop his growth, but
You do think you can save him?
it may stop his growth, but it won't diminish his size.
The stimulation of the hormone secretions in the pituitary or growth-controlling glands will take care of that.
You know, it doesn't sound practical, Eric. I don't think it'll work.
Here, take a look.
Do you have needles that big?
There are the American Army, the most competent military army in the world. They have needles that big, of course.
That's amazing.
You say that, but they just lost a giant.
Try to believe that it works.
Listen.
I used high-frequency stimulation of the pituitary gland, causing the hormone secretion to reverse the growth process.
An army that is smart enough not to station
Into the bone marrow.
That will stop the growth.
someone near the tent
And then stimulate the
is
pituitary
capable
gland
enough to
reduce
have a giant
size.
needle. Of course.
But do you think you'll be able to inject him with a hypodermic needle this size?
I've had an oversized needle constructed. As a matter of fact, Doctor, I couldn't find Manning anyplace. My men covered an area of 10 square miles.
But we can't lose him now. We just can't.
We lost the giant!
Colonel, can you get us a helicopter?
We have 2 helicopters, but only 1 pilot.
All right. We'll use them to find Manning. Eric?
Well,
you go
you
with
only
the
need
pilot
one
and I can fly
helicopter,
the
you
other one.
dumbass.
Colonel, it's imperative that we find him as
Hello,
quickly
Commander
as possible.
404
We think we found a cure, but only if we get to him in time.
The one sin.
You see anything?
No! How'd you happen to learn how to fly a helicopter?
Well, I just wanted to learn how. And did.
Well, that's an important plot point.
Like, I'm glad that they closed that plot hole. I'm like, wait a minute, isn't he a doctor?
X-ray. Come in.
This movie with the giant is suspending my disbelief.
Eric, do you see anything? Over. Visibility good. No sign of it. We're flying toward the Las Vegas Boulder Dam area. Go ahead.
All right, Eric. You keep in touch. Off and clear.
Calling helicopter William X-ray. Helicopter William X-ray. This is Charlie Dog. Come in.
This is William X-ray. Go ahead.
We are over Boulder Dam. Everything looks normal. We're heading towards Las Vegas.
Now, we'll keep flying in this direction. It's getting late, so if you don't find them within the hour, you turn back and we'll continue tomorrow.
Of course he's going to Las Vegas. He's going to gamble.
Position here and the location where you spotted the dead cattle, marked by the pin, is only about 50 miles. Now, he certainly can travel faster than that. He's been gone over 15 hours.
He's probably been moving back and forth in an aimless pattern. I'll never understand why someone hasn't reported seeing him.
How tall would you guess he's grown
He's a
to
very, very stealthy giant.
Maybe 55 feet. Sooner or later, someone's bound to see him. Maybe take a shot at him. Colonel, maybe we're making a mistake in not informing the civil authorities.
No, I can't do that. You know the orders.
We could use help in tracking him down.
He's
I'm not
top
worried about
secret.
finding
That is why our
soon as
base
we get
was
the
so
light, I'll show you
super
some action.
secure.
I just hope he lasts through the night without getting into trouble. Colonel Halleck.
No reports yet, sir.
If anything comes in, no matter how trivial, if it's about the giant, call me. If I'm asleep, wake me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Sergeant, place a call to the Nevada State Police. Ask them to report anything unusual. Missing cattle, broken fences, anything out of the way.
What will I give him for a reason?
Giant footprints.
Think of something. Anything.
Yes, sir.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question, and I'd like a straight answer.
Well, yes.
Do you consider Manning dangerous?
If we can get to him, we can help him.
You haven't answered my question.
I truthfully don't know.
Well, I want to make something clear to you, Doctor. I've ordered up 2 more companies of men to help with the search, and I don't intend to risk casualties. If, when they find him, he shows any signs of violence, we'll have to stop him. And I mean stop him cold.
It's not a wild beast you're talking about. He's a human being.
But a potentially dangerous one,
Of
Miss
course,
Forrest.
he walks in
We won't hurt him unless he
during
gives us cause.
a meeting about
But
the
his
super
mind
secret
is
giant
sick.
on
There's
the,
no
on the
telling
super
what he'll do
secure
or where he'll go.
He's out there somewhere, and we'll find him.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Oh, I need to stop drinking my moonshine.
Not another drop, Alf. Not another drop as long as I live, so help me.
He helps someone off alcoholism. Isn't that great? Hello, I'm Billy Bob. Hi, Billy Bob. Yeah, I stopped drinking when I saw a giant on the road.
He should have been confined. A fence or something. Maybe chains. We had no business letting him run loose like we did.
maybe a guard, you know.
Symptoms were there, Eric, in black and white. We were so engrossed in finding a cure, we failed to recognize the warnings.
Any word yet?
No, not a thing.
If If only we can find him before it's too late. Why did I have to argue with him?
Now another one to take the blame. I'm going to bed before it's my turn.
We're taking off quite early in the morning. Is the needle and medication all set?
Since he left, but I'll double check. No.
Carol, a few days ago, I suggested that you leave. Now I'm going to insist that you leave. It's no longer safe for you. Glenn Manning is a sick man, in mind as well as body.
Dr. Lindstrom, I'm not leaving.
I've already wired Washington for permission to lift security restrictions. Now, the restrictions will probably be unnecessary by morning anyway. Someone's bound to see him.
You had no right to do a thing like that. Don't you have any heart?
All right, guys, that's it. We're doing some restriction. From now on, one guard at the door. You know, I'm putting my foot down on this. One guard at the door.
You don't believe that you can save him.
Possibly.
Don't make me make it too.
Well, I'm not leaving until I know.
Doctor, Miss Forrest, we've had 2 more reports of slaughtered cattle.
Was there anything else?
He was seen by a couple of motorists. And Manning is about 10 times the height and width of a normal man. And as closely as Dr. Lindstrom and Dr. Coulter can estimate, Glenn Manning should weigh about 18,000 pounds. Now, I don't anticipate any trouble whatsoever in finding our giant. In fact, we possibly could have found him last night, after the 2 motorists reported seeing him. But since we don't know exactly what mental change may have taken place during Manning's continued growth, I thought it best to wait until daylight. Therefore, our greatest problem is not in finding.
We decided to let the giant man wander around for a few hours more.
It's too dangerous for us
we're
at
not
night.
certain that it'll work.
Yes.
But the success
Well,
or
I
failure
mean,
of the treatment may very well
considering
depend on
what's,
how
you
soon
know.
we're able to administer it. Under Colonel Halleck's command, you men will be in charge of the search patrols. Now, as soon as he's found, Dr. Coulter and I will fly to him in a helicopter and take over from there. Colonel?
As you know, this is our position here. Slaughtered cattle have been found here, 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 and here. The 2 motorists reported seeing him at this point here on Highway 93. And from the way he's been zigzagging back and forth, we can assume that Manning is somewhere here in the southern tip of Nevada. And we're going to cover every inch of it until we find him.
We saw him only saw reports of him
6
there
observation
in
planes were sent
north,
up from the Victorville
and therefore
area
we conclude
and
he's
are now
down
searching
south.
from the air. They will be in radio contact with me at all times. Captain Hamilton, you will divide your company into units of 25 men. And starting from our position here, you will fan them out in an arc of 180 degrees and head east. Captain Fraser, you will also divide your company into units of 25 men. Trucks will take them to the place where Highway 91 crosses the border of Nevada and Arizona. You will then fan them out in an arc of 180 degrees and head westward. I will
What they
accompany one
do,
of your units.
they'll make
Are there any
Carol grow too, but in a faster rate, so that she is instantly his size,
Each unit will be
and then
equipped with
she
a radio.
calms him down.
Now, when you see him,
And
report
then
to
they
me
both get
immediately.
to take the
I will
cure.
relay the information to the helicopter of Dr. Lindstrom and Major Coulter, and they will rush to the spot to medically treat him.
This is another
And now a word
elaborate
of
plan.
warning. You are not to advance any closer to the giant than 50 feet. Your men will be well armed, but you are not to fire, except in the case of self-defense. Remember, stay away from him. The giant is potentially dangerous. All right, dismissed.
On account of him being a giant, you know.
Yeah.
In 1969. Okay.
I love the giant syringe.
Was such a large hypodermic
That's
needle
amazing.
necessary?
I think so. Remember, he's over 60 feet tall.
Otherwise, we might have to make more than one shot.
That's why I said it's exactly what I said. Like it's the same competence as the security. They have to drop the
decided
base.
to increase the annual advertising budget here in Las Vegas. Well, it looks like the FSOOE, that stands for Flying Saucer Observers of Earth, have a competitor in the Seeing Strange Things department. And this time it's right here in Nevada. Now, it seems that two motorists driving south on Highway 93...
I mean, this
barely
time,
missed a collision
was Area 59... Oh, no, Area 59 was not a thing yet.
What have you got to top that one?
Calling Ground Unit 3.
This is Observation Plane King Nancy. Over.
Observation Plane King Nancy. This is Ground Unit 3. Go ahead.
I see him, sir. I see the giant. He's just outside of Las Vegas and is moving toward the resort hotel section. Over.
Oh, no!
Ground Unit 3, this is Helicopter William
doesn't
X-ray.
conform to the dress
I heard
code.
the report, Colonel Halleck.
Let's...
We're changing our course. Should arrive in Las Vegas in about 40 minutes, off and clear.
Gary's like, oh no, but he's a terrible loser.
Observation Plane King Nancy, this is Ground Unit 3, Colonel Halleck speaking. Are you still flying over Las Vegas? Over.
Roger. I can see the giant moving along the strip. Over.
Land your plane at
I
once.
told you to call me Colonel.
Tell him not to attack or fire on the giant unless he becomes violent. Tell him to keep away from him. We are north of Boulder Dam and should be in Las Vegas within 40 minutes. Off and clear.
So you tell your own army to stay away from him, but when you see him, you don't you take effort to keep the populace away. Oh, that's the
straight to
siren.
Irvin. Look at him.
Yeah. Okay, there's the police. You know they'll just do nothing for about an hour.
And what seemed like a joke or a prank but a few hours ago has now become a reality. A reality in a king-size package over 60 feet tall. Police Chief Benson has asked me to tell you to stay in your homes. Stay in your homes. The Army is rushing 2 doctors to Las Vegas by way of helicopter. They apparently know what to do with the giant. What I'd like to know is, where did he come from?
Where did he go? Where did he come from? Got it like
We'll be in Las Vegas in about 30 minutes.
Paul, there's one thing we didn't give much thought to.
What's that?
Just how much of a job it's going to be to give him this shot. Think he's going to stand there and let us do it?
Of course he will. Oh. Honestly, I might have done the same thing. No, I would have tried to put it on my head, literally. I would say, I'm your king now, and put the crown on my head.
You know what the orders are. The Army's not to shoot unless necessary. You're gonna let that monster run around loose? I don't care what the Army says. I say shoot him.
Here comes the giant!
now you know he will be killed. He's causing property damage to the rich. You know what that means?
Stand by and let him destroy property.
See, the police is already.
They're just dying to shoot somebody.
He's destroying property. Not he's endangering people. You know, he could step on someone. No, he's destroying property. Typical police.
We'll try to pick up some of the action and excitement through our window. We can't see him, but from the penny counter on the street, he must be. Wait a minute. Here he is, a 60-foot giant in the streets of Las Vegas. Look at the size of that man.
This is actually like way too accurate because you just know that despite being told not to, the police would start firing, causing this kind of panic.
Las Vegas, Colonel Halleck.
And then indeed, like some journalist would be like, "Oh, we can see him right there."
We are nearing the Arizona side of Boulder Dam. We'll cut him off when he tries to cross. Over.
He's just ahead of us, Colonel. We'll try to stop him before he reaches the dam.
Right. Over and out.
That was confidence for you.
Oh, by the way, the Boulder Dam is by the Hoover Dam, by the way.
The needle ready.
I have no idea why they called it the Boulder Dam. Maybe it wasn't called the Hoover Dam yet. This is so fucking silly. I love it.
Glenn Manning, do you recognize us? We do not wish to harm you. We want to help you. We want to help you to get well. Do you understand? I'm Dr. Lindstrom. That's Major Coulter. And this is Carol, your fiancée. Do you understand, Glenn? We can help you.
Okay, Eric. Let's go. Drive it in hard. We have to penetrate the bone in the first injection. I doubt if we'll get a second chance.
You ready? Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
Look at how he's breathing down.
That's super.
That is fucking hilarious. But how did my husband die? Well, he was stabbed by a needle.
take our position here.
Bazooka forward! Stand ready to fire! He's got a girl, Alec! Don't shoot! Keep your man back! He's dangerous! He killed Major Porter! Glenn! Glenn, you must put the girl down! Put the girl down! You're holding Carol in your hand! Do you understand, Glenn? The girl is Carol!
I'm Carol, Glenn. Please put me down.
Put her down! Put the girl down! Ready? Fire!
Holy shit! He was complying, guys! Oh, that was so terrible. And that was the end of the amazing Colossal Man. He fell off the Hoover Dam.
Aww.
And that was the end of the movie. A bit of an anticlimax. Like, oh yeah, he died.
It's like they went. We reached about an hour and 20. Let's just kill him.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it. Like, yeah, but yeah. I love it that he listened. He seemed to be some back to reason. That I was just like, oh no, we're just gonna kill him. Well, did the medicine work? I don't know.
Yeah. That's really weird. They spent the entire movie looking for a cure and then killed him before they could use it.
It was just so that they could have the giant stab someone with a giant needle.
Oh dear, that's yep. Who knew he was that skilled with a syringe?
Yeah, good aim too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So.
It was really well done. I like that. That's not a bad movie. It's just a crap ending.
Yeah. Well, it was a bit. It was a little bit boring, but I liked the special effects. The special effects were actually quite good for 1953.
Yeah.
I actually quickly looked it up. The Hoover Dam was actually it wasn't a rename. It was just always known as the Boulder Dam and the Hoover Dam. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's probably more known as the Hoover Dam than as the Boulder Dam.
I know it's the Hoover Dam.
Yeah. Me too, but you know you're an ignorant semi-European. I am an ignorant European, so you know I don't know. But it seemed to me like a bit of an odd choice to say the Boulder Dam when it's more known as the Hoover Dam. But anyway, that might just be me. So yeah. That was a fun movie, and I guess we have to go to a bit of news, actually. Yeah, I've been doing this show for like almost 2 years now, and before that, of course, we were on the other side, and I always had a lot of fun. But I also always had like an old bastard with me, who was a lot of help to me, but sadly he has disappeared from the face of the planet. I don't know if it's his internet or something else, to be honest, guys, but he's gone for now. And aside from that, I am working through some medical stuff. Nothing serious. Nothing to worry about, but a little bit. I mean, I need to. I want to divert my attention to that a little bit. It's some mental stuff. Nothing weird or anything. And for that reason, I decided to go on hiatus for an undetermined amount of time. Because I tried, but especially with how I am now, just doing the show without the help of Boomer, it's just not gonna work out for now. I'm definitely planning on doing something in the future, but it'll probably be something completely different from this. Maybe something political. I have maybe something else. I have plans, but for now, it's just not gonna work, and I need to divert my attention to other things. I'll still be hanging out on the Discord, of course. And maybe I'll try and join some live chats here and there during some streams. I'm not sure yet. But I'm just gonna say, like, for now, I want to thank everyone for always being with us. Thank you, Cheesy, for always being there. And I guess we'll see each other when we see each other. Yes, the one thing, maybe some political rants. I'm not sure yet. I have political ideas. Maybe I'll read up into European politics and do something with European politics. I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I figured I can jump from hiatus. I can jump from like maybe doing like a really irregular show, like maybe like once every so often doing a show anyway. But that's probably not gonna work out. So I figured that the best thing was just to go on hiatus until I'm more sure of doing a more consistent thing. So yeah, that's what's been going on. So do we have anything to shill before we go?
I don't. I just want to say this has been great fun. Thank you for having me as always. Hope you don't go away for too long, because I'm sure we're all going to miss you. And if
likewise,
if Boomer's out there, send one of us a message or something. And if you're holding Boomer, I need to tell you I've got a very unique set of skills. I will find you. So I suggest you let him go. But Boomer, wherever you are, we love you, and hopefully you get in contact with some of us soon.
Yeah. And hopefully when you do get in contact, you'll be able to join us again for some fun. Because I think that's it. It's been a little bit awkward now.
Let's get the hell out of here then.
Yeah, so let's.
Thank you to everyone in the side chat, by the way.
Yeah, see you
Thank you
guys.
to everyone in the side chat. Sin, Demon Orb.
Yeah,
Jin,
Demon Orb,
Commander.
Jin and Commander, indeed. Thank you very much. And we'll see you when you see you. Until then, bye.
Bye, folks.